Alright, you guys, we are out here in the garden and there's a lot of stuff going on. A lot of stuff is fizzling out. It's time to pull them, get the beds cleaned up, and start thinking about what we're going to be doing for fall gardening. So, the first bed we're going to do is going to be the onion bed. It is way overdue, but I've got to get in here and clean it up. Onions are completely overgrown. The salvia is starting to die back. It's still, a lot of it still looks really pretty, but some of it is starting to fizzle out. So we've got to get this bed cleaned out and ready, and then I'm going to start thinking about what I'm going to be putting in it in the next week or two. We'll give it some rest. I'll amend it, get it ready for some fall gardening. Looking good. Alright, I've got the onions up. Now we need to get all the grass out and get the dead salvia out and get this bed all clean. That way I can let it rest and fertilize it and get it ready for fall gardening. Alright, you guys, we've got this bed done for right now. I did get all the onions and we got quite a bit. I'm really happy with them. I've got to get them laid out and get them drying and curing for at least a week. That way when I bring them in, they'll be nice and dry and good for storage. The next bed that we're going to work on is going to be my radish bed. As you can see, it is kind of getting overgrown. I kept the radishes to where I could eat the seed pods, and they're really good. I really do like them. So if you guys have never tried them, try them. They're really good. They taste like a radish, but not as spicy. So they're really good. Alright, we got the turnips or the radishes all out of the bed, and I know that bed looks crazy, but now we are working on the turnip beds, and all of these are ready to come out. I'm going to leave the flowering ones because I just think they're really pretty. They're good for the pollinators, and that way I can get some seeds out of them. My daughter Alyssa is here. She's going to be cutting the tops. Say hi, Alyssa.
Hello.
She's going to be cutting the tops off my turnips while I pull them and clean this bed, so that's really nice to have some help into the garden. Alright, you guys, we got the radish bed We got the turnip beds all cleaned out. I know it looks really bare, but we had to get them cleaned out. Like I said, it is the end of June, and so we're gonna start clearing some stuff out. That way in the next month we can start getting ready for fall gardening, which is crazy to believe. After we get done doing some work into the garden, I'm going to take you guys around and we're going to do a little garden tour. That way you can see what's all changed and what's going on and what I have missed showing you guys. I have been super busy with the girls since we got them, because I got sick and stuff, and just trying to get ready for them and getting them acclimated into the homestead. So I'm a little behind, but I'm gonna get you guys caught up on what is going on in the garden. What are you doing, sissy?
Have to get a carrot.
Ooh, what'd you get?
Not as big as the one that we got earlier.
Picking some carrots?
Yeah, I'm hungry. Here's another one.
Let me see. Yeah.
That one was like that long.
Alright, you guys, we're going to take a break from the beds here a little bit. I need to get over here and do some weed eating in some areas that I have not got to tend to the last 2 times I've mowed. It's getting kind of high, so I figured that I would stop with the beds and then kind of tend to some of the grass, because we're supposed to be getting a lot of rain this next week, and I need to make sure that I get that all caught up before it gets completely out of control. I'm going to tell you guys, this weed eater that my husband got me is amazing. It has made my work around the garden so much easier because it's really lightweight. It's just like 3 to 4 pounds. So all you women that like to do yard work, I would highly recommend it. I will drop a link down below to Amazon where we got it, and you can go check it out. Alright, you guys, I am over here by the potatoes, and I want to kind of give you a little update. The potatoes this year was a big flop. It was a big failure. And I'm going to tell you why. The reason is, as you see this tree right up here, this is what I planted them under last year, and they grew really well. Well, this year when I replanted them in the same area, in my brain I was not thinking that the tree had gotten bigger and it had got more shade, so they didn't grow. You can tell some of them grew, but only where they got a lot of sun. So I will show you what I'm going to end up doing, because we still have enough time in our growing season to replant some potatoes and get some for the fall. Is I'm just going to let these kind of die back, which they're starting to do, and I'm going to replant them and try to get a better harvest for my fall planting. So I'll show you which ones that are growing. Not very many, but some of them did. Alright, the potatoes here grew. There was just a few that grew there. There's just like 1 or 2 here. And then the majority of them are back here where they got most of the sun. But that's it. There was not a whole lot. Like there's some right here that I need to dig up. Those back there already. So it was a complete failure, and that is okay, because this Ruth Stout method does work. I know it does, because it worked amazingly last year. I just made a mistake and planted them in the wrong spot. So for the fall planting, I'll bring you guys along and I will be able to show you where it's successful and how good it does. So sorry you guys, I don't have any comparison to show you how successful it is, but it is a really good way to do potatoes. I just messed up and planted them in the wrong spot. Okay, you guys, we are going to do a quick garden tour. I know that I am behind doing it. I am a mess. I have been out here all day working, except for taking a break for when my daughter was here and cooking dinner for my husband for Father's Day. So I think the first place that we're gonna start is going to be the archway. So let's see what's going on in the archway. All right, right here in the archway, we have got my Kajari melons. And they are starting to go up, and then we have some really nice cucumbers. This one right here is my pickling cucumbers. I don't know if you can see them in there. And then these are my slicing cucumbers. And then these right here are my red noodle beans, and they go all the way up the trellis. My sweet peas have started to bloom. I just love them. And then over here is some scarlet runner beans. And then we have some sugar baby watermelons. And then there is a yellow fleshed watermelon. I can't remember what the name of it is right there. See, there is my squash. And it looks like I have one that needs to be picked. There's all kinds. They're just loaded down. This one is huge. It's past my waist. Alright, you guys, we are in my cherry tomato row. I don't know if you guys can tell, but these are over the trellis. I am 5'3". These are about 5 foot tall. And so I think that they are about 8 or 9 feet off the ground. So they are getting huge. My cherry tomatoes get big every year, and this is how I train them up. So I'm going to walk down the row and show you how wonderful that they look. Look how wonderful. They're up above the trellis. And they are just loaded with cherry tomatoes all the way throughout. This is Brad's Atomic Grape. These are my blueberry cherry. Alright, and this is my blueberry cherry. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. And they are just all through these tomatoes. Alright, we just got done with the cherry tomato row, and then back here is my eggplant. They are starting to produce the eggplants. And then this right here is my banana peppers and my sweet peppers, like green bell, orange bell, red and yellow bell peppers. And we have been getting stuff off of them here in the last week. So let me take y'all in there and show you how wonderful these sweet peppers are doing. Alright. This is my banana peppers. Look how beautiful that is. Look at this one. Thing is as big as my hand. And then this right here is the eggplants, Black Beauty eggplants that are coming in. Just love these flowers. Alright you guys, we are starting to run out of light, and it is super humid and hot here this afternoon. It was cooler this morning than what it is this afternoon. So let me turn you guys around and kind of go through the raised beds, and that's where you're going to see a lot of the changes, is because this is where we came in and did a lot of cleaning to our radish bed, our turnip bed, and our onions. We still have a lot of work to do, but this is as good as it's going to get right now, because I ran out of time, because it's family day, it's Father's Day, and my daughter came in and we tried to enjoy our time with Dad. So let me turn you around and show you what we got done today, because we got a lot done. Alright, this is the onion bed. As you can tell, we got all the onions out. We do have a bare spot right there, but that's okay, because we still have some very beautiful salvia that is blooming. And then over here is our carrot and beet beds, and the snapdragons are still blooming so beautiful. Wished all my beds were full like this. So beautiful. And then the next bed is where we had our radishes, and we come in here and we got it all cleaned out. We still have some good salvia that's blooming. It's about done. And I think that this is not the flower salvia. I do think that I got, like, I don't know, what is it, the basil flowering salvia. But either way, it was still very beautiful in my beds, and I really enjoyed it this year. We do have some really pretty nasturtiums blooming in the midst of this. There's like a salmon color, and then a very beautiful orange Hawaiian color. So when the salvia comes out, we will still have some color showing through. It's still really pretty though. And then this is our bed right here. That was my turnips. As you can tell, I cleared it all out. I did leave some that was going to seeds because the bumblebees were just loving it, and I wanted to leave that there for them. But we still have some really pretty color in the bed there. We've got some snapdragons and marigolds blooming, so it's still really pretty. And then we move right over here to this bed. This is where all the lettuce was. And remember, I had that gopher or mole come in and really decimate this bed. But as you can tell in the back, I've got some sunflowers coming up. They're coming up really nicely. So pretty soon we're going to have this bed filled, and it's going to be having some color. And the Swiss chard is still going to town. Some of it is looking a little tattered over there, but it is still beautiful. We are loving it. And then look at this, you guys. Is this not gorgeous? These are some stray zinnias that I put in this bed to bring it some color and fill it up, and they are just amazing, just wonderful. And then this bed is the sweet potato bed. It is starting to take off and fill this bed out very nicely. And look at all the color finally in this bed. This was the bed that stayed empty and had no color in it at all. It is just absolutely gorgeous now. Loving all the different colors. So beautiful. So very excited about how this bed has come out, how it's really come together. I don't know if you can see the whole entire garden, but we still have lots of beautiful color going on. Right over here where you see this, oh, I wanted to show you guys something. And I'm just gonna leave them there, but I don't know if you can see that. They're all over my deal, and I know that they are some type of butterfly, and I don't mind sharing. I've got plenty. So you can see that my beautiful deal is just blooming, and we have all of these little guys in there. Look how pretty. Loving it. And then I have my calendula. A lot of it needs to be deadheaded. I didn't get to that today, but I will. The sweet alyssum is starting to go out. We do have some feverfew right here. I don't know if you can see that. It is starting to bloom. Looking beautiful. And then we have our chamomile. I've never grown chamomile, and I'm super excited to have this into the garden this year. Isn't it absolutely gorgeous? Even though these beds are looking bare, they are still looking beautiful. And I'm so happy that my garden is still the way that it looks. It's my chickens trying to get in here. Y'all see the flowers on the fence? They are absolutely gorgeous. We're gonna get a better look at that here in just a little bit. All right, you guys, we are here at my paste tomatoes, and I want to show you how big some of these Hungarian hearts have gotten. I have never grown Hungarian heart tomatoes, and I think that they're going to be my new favorite. I gotta figure out what they taste like first before I say that, but I want to show you how big they are. They are amazing. Look at this. I don't know if y'all will be able to see that up against my hand. But I mean, it is just huge, and it's just cluster after cluster. I mean, my hand is almost as, or that tomato is almost as big as my hand. My Romas are doing really good. They're starting to get loaded down. None of them started changing colors yet, but we have lots of Romas. Oops, I stand corrected. Look at that one. So beautiful. The okra is coming along very nicely. They're just now starting to put on some flower pods. So we will be having some okra soon. These are my slicing tomatoes. Look at this. It's my Black Beauty. Are those not gorgeous? Have them all up in there. This one's really big. And those down there are my beefsteak. So beautiful. This row is still going. We've got some cabbage that is starting to get a nice head on them. Them are going to be ready. My kale is just still just amazing as ever. I would have thought they would have went to seed by now, but they have not. Here is my beans. I had planned on getting in here today and doing a lot of picking. I wasn't able to. I just ran out of time, but I want to show you guys how beautiful the color is. Look at that. Isn't that color beautiful in that bean? Absolutely gorgeous. So it is time to get in here and get these green beans and purple beans picked, where we can start doing some dilly beans for the house. I'm super excited, cannot wait to make dilly beans. Look at this. Still gorgeous as ever. My peppers are doing really well. These are my hot peppers. This is supposed to be a jalapeno, but I don't think it is. And then this is that one I showed y'all the other day that was loaded down. It was supposed to be an orange jalapeno, but I don't think that's orange. It's all purple. So beautiful. And my strawberries. I've got some strawberries I need to get in here and pick. Alright, this right here is my zinnia row. As you can tell, my zinnias did not do very well this year, but they did do decent down here. I don't know if y'all can see how beautiful those flowers are, and we're going to talk about those here in a minute, but oh my goodness, I just love them. But look, there's my zinnias. So these are going to have some color here. We're just not going to have them down there, but that's okay. But again, do y'all see how beautiful those flowers on the fence line are? So beautiful. So I don't know if you guys can see this flower bed. Some of the stuff I had to pull out today. It was dying back, but it's still gorgeous as ever. Just love it. Look at those. I don't think this camera can show you how pretty the color is on some of these. How gorgeous. Right here at the archway, I have got some coxcombs planted. These are the giant ones. These get really big and they're really beautiful whenever they get full sized. Well guys, I just wanted to show you how beautiful the fence line has come out. Look how big this thing is. It is one plant. It's just beautiful. Well you guys, I really hope that you enjoyed the garden tour today. And if you haven't already, please subscribe, hit that like button. And as always, thank you for watching. Until the next video, God bless.